Right. Very good. Okay. Welcome everybody to our webinar Wednesdays. Definitely excited to have everybody here. We're gonna have a very informative session and make sure that we get you the information that you need. So again, you came because you saw the title, How to Access Sponsorship, Grant, and Funding for Your Team, Group, or Organization. So everybody's here for a different reason. So we'll make sure we touch upon all those reasons in a few moments. In order for you to get the most out of this webinar, you should try to make sure you're attentive, paper and pen. I know we have busy lives. Trust me. I personally know that. But be able to really take time to develop yourself, to learn something new so you can advance your project. This is that moment. This is that moment where you need to kind of clear some time out, get paper and pen, and really, really tune in. So I'm hoping that you're in a settled, quiet place and you're ready to go. I will be asking you questions. I want to make sure I speak specifically to what you're trying to build and do for your organization. Next, please. So I want you to introduce yourself. Keep it really short, just your name, the name of your organization, and whether or not it's a small, medium, or large organization. Do you serve 20 to 25 people? Do you serve 50 to 75? Do you serve over 75? Just give us a quick idea. And where are you right now? Are you already registered as a not-for-profit? Are you currently an LLC, or are you not registered at all? All right, let's go ahead and start with Miss Kenya from Brooklyn. Kenya, can you give me the name of your organization? Miss Walker, how about you?
Okay, so I'm just getting started. We are just getting started. We're in the process of finding a name.
Okay.
So we are not registered as yet. We like now doing everything. But I saw this webinar and I'm interested. I want to be ready for like when everything is set.
That's good. What type of group is it?
Well, we're still in the planning stages. We're still doing everything. We were doing a little stuff before, but really helping people back in the islands. But we want to take it a bit bigger now.
Okay, so you're a Connecticut-based group that want to do US-based type of projects to send whatever that project is back home and be able to help develop stuff over there.
So we are all over the place. I'm in Connecticut, I have in Brooklyn, we have in Vermont, we have in Florida. We're in different areas. It's a group of us, but we've been basically helping in the islands, but now we want to take it not only to the islands, to different places, even in the US, different places.
So some local stuff and some stuff across the city. Name 2 or 3 stuff. What are those things that you want to do?
Well, one of the stuff that we did a tablet drive, and we got 52 tablets donated to the kids for online learning when the pandemic just started. And just recently for Christmas, we got like 200 toys donated for the kids to give the kids for Christmas. So now, you know,
very good. All right. Yeah. That gives me a good idea of what you're looking for. Good. I'm going to speak about that more. How about you, Ms. Kenya? What's the name of your organization and where are you in your registration?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. All
right. So I'm here because I want to take in information and knowledge of starting an organization. I haven't started anything yet, but I think this is a good idea to, go into seminars to collect my information.
Good, I understand. And what kind of organization do you think you want to start?
Like a daycare center.
Okay.
I like
that. Got it. Miss Kenya, your daughter used to be in my program?
Yes.
How old is she now?
She'll be 13.
Wow. I remember her. That's my buddy.
Yes. I want her to work with you too. The camp.
Tell her Ty said hi, okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. Okay. Let's see, did I miss anybody? No, I don't think I missed anybody. Nope. Okay, let's go ahead. All right, next slide, please. So just a little bit about me, 4 March Coaching. You can read it on your own time. I'll send you a copy of it. But I own quite a few businesses, and this particular company is here to really help business owners, both on the not-for-profit side and on for-profit side, grow. I feel like too many business owners or even startups like yourself, you're going to start wearing many, many hats. And we want to be able to be here to offer you support on how to start and grow your organizations properly. So no matter where you're at, whether you're already seasoned or if you're really, really new, our company is that outsourcing company that helps you in a lot of the areas of marketing and growth. Next. Personally, I'm not going to read that. You can read that on your own time. But personally, I've been in business for many years. I've had some great success and a lot of lessons, of course. And right now, I'm in the give back mode. I want to spread the love, share my story, let people see and hear how I did it, how it started, what were some of the challenges. Again, not that you won't have your own challenges, but at least we can minimize the amount of things you have to go through because I'm going to share my experiences with you. Next. So let's talk about it. What would you do if you got a grant for $100,000? Just think about the areas you think you need to split that money up in. Think about your company, think about your dream, the project that you want to do, and what would you do with $100,000? Try to name 5 areas that you think will become necessary to properly build, fund, and operate your operation. Take a second and do that really quickly. Think about 5, at least. If you can think about more, great. But when you have to split that money up, because doing this is like project management. You have to be able to plan and predict. What do you think you would need to operate your company? Are you going to spend $20,000 on this, $10,000 on that, $100,000? That's why we gave you a round number. So if and when you are successful, what do you think the areas you're going to need to spend the money at? Take a second and write that down. Okay. So now, next. Did you write down insurance? Did you consider facilities where you're going to run the program out of? Are you going to run it from home, which is fine? Are you going to have staff members with payroll? Do you need any equipment, any supplies, computers? Do you want to do activities with the kids that you need equipment for? Do you need uniforms for the kids? Travel? Do you need to pay a grant writer so that $100,000 is not the only thing you get? Do you need a media team to help you with recording and photography and marketing? Did you have things like this on your list? Ms. Walker, how about you? Did you have similar things on your list?
I didn't have everything, but I did have some stuff.
Okay. Name something that you had that's not on my list right now. One thing.
Oh, well, as I said, we are a new business, so I had put on registration to register for 501. It's like pretty expensive. So I wanted that, and social media, a website, which is pretty expensive. And I want a good website. Good
points. Very strong points. You do want to have strong branding, and you do need to register the business as some of the first steps. Very good. How about you, Ms. Kenya? Name one thing that you had on your list. Ms. Kenya, you want to give us one thing you had on your list? All right, no problem. We'll keep coming. We'll come back to you. Next. So, whatever profession you decide to move in next, please, we don't want you to be alone. That's our overall goal, to really give people an opportunity to learn the processes, but let the professionals handle it. So, we're a grant writing firm. We're going to help businesses when they get ready to go to develop their local, state, and federal inquiries. Did you know there's money available on every level? There's local money, there's state money, and there's federal money. That's only one aspect of grant writing. Then you have foundations, foundations that give away money. A lot of that money is unsolicited, which means that you can't send a request. You have to be noticed. So I appreciate when you say, I need a website, I need social media, because this is where people are gonna find your work. The work that you do have to speak for itself, because foundations are gonna call you one day. You're not gonna be able to reach out to them and say, hey, can you fund me? They're gonna call you and say, you fit our guidelines, we wanna go ahead and send a donation. How do you get in front of them is really a major task that we help you understand. Corporate giving and sponsorship. You want tablets, you want donations, you want things to be sent to you. There are companies and corporations that have giving. They have a giving department, and you want to make sure that you stay in front of that department so you can receive your corporate giving and your sponsorships. How to get people to sponsor your events, how to get people to sponsor the projects that you're doing. And then, of course, there's individual donors. Individual donors are exactly that, just good people who might have a little bit or a lot. When you think about the president of campaigns, they're not allowed to collect money higher than a certain amount. They're not allowed to. They have to keep all their giving within a certain bracket. So individual donors and having supporters support you is a major part of it. Major part of it. How much do you think it costs to hire a firm to handle this for you? How much do you think it costs to hire a firm to handle all of these different giving programs? When I ask that question, think about a lawyer. Many of us have family and friends where we got to keep bail money kind of to the side, you know, just in case money. How much does it cost to retain a law firm, to have them on a retainer just in case? How much do you think it costs to hire a grant writing department? Take a shot at it. Take a shot. Ms. Walker, what do you think? Take a shot at what it costs monthly or annually to have a grant writing team on retainer.
Wow. Monthly, probably like 10 grand.
Okay. We're going after millions of dollars for you over time, right? Over time, each request is 10,000, 25,000, 100,000, maybe even more. So you're thinking it might cost like $10,000 a month to have a grant writing team like ours on standby, ready to write grants for you on a regular basis. How about you, Ms. Kenya? What might it cost to have a grant writer on your team all the time? Ms. Kenya, don't forget, when we ask you a question, just unmute first. Unmute first and then go ahead and share your answer. All right, no problem. Okay, so we have you at the 10,000 guests. When we get finished this, we're gonna show you how realistic it is to go ahead and have a team already on your side. Next slide, please. So let's start with business structure. You can start a business as easy as a DBA or sole proprietorship. Can you get grants with that? It's not recommended and it's not easy. Actually, it's very hard. But is it possible? I don't want to tell you it's not. It is possible, but it's not the most common way. LLC, can you get grants? Certain type of grants, but again, it limits you. For the type of work that we're discussing, you need a 501c3 not-for-profit status. You need to be registered with the Charities Bureau, and you need to have tax forms for some of them for at least 2 years. Are you familiar with the 501c3 not-for-profit status? Ms. Walker, have you heard that before?
Yes, I've heard it before, but I don't know much about it.
Very good. So this is a tax exemption IRS status that allows you to operate your business and not pay taxes on the money that you collected. Does not-for-profit means that personally you don't get paid. Is that what it means? Does not-for-profit mean that the CEO, the founder, the owner can't get paid? Ms. Walker or Ms. Howard, what do you think that means? Does it mean that you can't get paid?
I could get paid for travels.
Okay, I want to open up that thought. You could get paid for everything. You could have a salary. You think that the president of the Boys and Girls Club is doing it for free? You think that the president of the Girl Scouts is doing it for free? These are all major not-for-profits. Not-for-profit foundations. The top person still collects a salary. It means that whatever's left over after all the expenses are paid is considered profit that has to be recycled back into the company. It doesn't mean that one of the line items can't be your salary. That's a misconception that many people have, that you think that you have to take your passion product and do it for free. No, not-for-profit doesn't mean minus salaries. You can have a staff. Everybody on the staff can be paid. Salaries can be one of the line items in the money. I encourage you, look up the largest not-for-profits in America. Go look up the CEO's name and look up their salary. They're getting paid millions and millions of dollars based off the work that they do. I've seen not-for-profits that make $1 million. I've seen not-for-profits where the CEO makes $300,000. Not-for-profit does not mean you can't collect the salary. You can reimburse for transportation. You can be reimbursed for everything. But as long as the money you bring in went to the operation cost of the organization, and the work that you do is a part of the operation cost of the organization. So can you build a not-for-profit? Yes. Can you get paid off of it? Yes. Can you give yourself an increase? Not by yourself, with approval from your board. We'll discuss that another time. So is opening up a 501c3 a type of business? Yes, it is. In businesses, you get paid. So it does not have to be volunteer. It does not have to be a passion project. Go look up the Red Cross. Go look up the Red Cross. Find out who the president of the Red Cross is. Ask Google for his or her salary. Because somebody on my team inboxed me that. Inbox me the salaries for 3 different not-for-profit organizations, name and how much they make and what the overall operations budget looks like. Does that make sense to you now, Ms. Walker?
Yes.
Very good. Next slide, please. So we have to be very clear to your funders on what services you provide the community. I just gave you a brief idea, but we consider these things the buzzwords. You know how every few years the words change, what's important to people change. So like you wouldn't say, I help kids, I talk to kids every day. You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say, I sit in a circle with other girls and talk about important ideas. No. You say mentorship. You say brotherhood. You say sisterhood. So we make sure that the current buzzwords are properly written into your documents, properly written into your website, properly written into your brochure, and then properly written into your grant proposal. So do you know how to really expand and explain what you do? Do the things that I put on this list, are those of interest to you? Doing character development. Character development is major, man. You want to create good people, strong citizens that can be just good to people. I'm Christian. I don't apologize for that. I want to build strong Christians. I want to show what it means to be a Christian. I want to show what it means to be the light on your job, to be the light wherever you go. I want to show that. So besides having strong academics, I need you to have strong leadership. I need you to have strong character. Say amen if you want to say amen. But that's my goal. That's my goal in my programs, that besides academics, besides mentorship, I need to learn how to lay out all that we do so that the funders find an appreciation for who we are and what we do. So when you tell me what you do, we have to expand it, creating a pipeline between the Caribbean and American students, creating equal academic opportunities for all of the kids, creating early childhood education for my daycare where kids are properly prepared for their future. They're learning communication skills. They're learning civic and give back and how to love and how to share. Not just daycare and not just helping the community. So let's go ahead and go back to the last slide really quickly. The Red Cross CEO makes $694,000. So can a founder of a not-for-profit bring home money? Let's see. The NAACP, the CEO makes $320,000. Ms. Susan Coleman, who runs breast cancer, she makes $558,000. So the answer is yes. You can go ahead and write yourself a salary for $60,000, $70,000, $100,000. If these people are making $700,000 a year, I'm sure their operational budget is like 15 million, but you get the point. That 501c3 does not mean you don't earn a salary. Next slide, please. So let's talk about sponsorship. And now we're really moving into how your organization looks. Please understand that the work that we're talking about between sponsorship and grant writing, you won't be able to be in the meeting to explain how much you love your programming. This documents, this proposal, this grant, this sponsorship request, these letters of inquiry, they have to speak for you. This is why you hire a team that knows what wording and what visuals to look at. I can't just say, I'm having an event, can you sponsor me? What's the first thing the person's gonna say? If I go into a McDonald's right now and I ask to speak to the general manager and he happens to be there, and I say, hey man, I was wondering if you can give me 10 $25 gift cards to use towards my event as a prize. I would love for you to be a sponsor. What's the first thing he's gonna say? Miss Walker, Miss Kenya, what's the first thing that person's gonna respond to me and say? He's gonna say, email me something. Do you have that in writing? I have to show it to my boss. That's the first thing he's gonna say. So when you do email them and you do hand them something, how good would it look? Here we go. Here go an example of a sponsorship deck. Let's go ahead and let it load up, please. So, page 1, please. So right away, what I hope that you notice is strong graphics. The brand, the logo, the city connection, the date. Next. An amazing letter that they probably won't read, but it's still well written. It still has the nice details inside of it. Next. Right away, what's important about this page? To show families and to show success. Does this look like a successful event, Ms. Walker? What do you think right away? What's your first thought?
Yes, it does.
Right, so right away, we're showing people. You think they're sponsoring the event because they love the community only? That's not the only reason why they're sponsoring the event. I'm sure they have an interest in the community, but the main reason why companies sponsor events is to get their name seen. Does that make sense? They want something back. Trust me. It's not just, here go the money, go do what you want. No. How many people will see me? How many people will see my organization? How many people have you had there before? If you say, well, it's just an idea, I never did it before. Is it likely or unlikely you're gonna get sponsorship? Likely or unlikely? Anybody can answer. If your response is, I've never done it before, I'm just trying. Is that likely to be sponsored or unlikely to be sponsored? Ms.
Unlikely.
Unlikely, that's right. But if you did it before and you've had success and then you come to them for sponsorship, it becomes very likely. Now, they want to know what's the benefits to them. I write that out right there. Additional benefits, keep scrolling. Additional benefits. Then I give them, come on. After additional benefits, I give them a breakdown of every event. Next. So my goal is to not leave any questions. I show them kids and positivity. Now, this is a very important page right here. This is called your demographic page. How many people and where they from, what age, what profession, where do they live, what's their income, their gender, their race? Because we need to make sure that our audience fits their target market. Next. Nobody wants to sponsor something alone. They never want to be the first one. So the next page, I entice them by telling them who else has sponsored this same event. Next. More amazing pictures and shots. Keep going. More big crowds. And now it's time to ask for the money. Say, show me the money. So this is where I get them to choose the package. $25,000 is the top slot. I only have one spot available. Then I want four sponsors at $10,000. Keep going. Then I want 4 sponsors at $5,000, 4 at $2,500. And then on top of that, I got the small vendor fees for people who want to set up a table. Next. I show them pictures of trophies and awards. Keep going. Then I show them other sponsors and tables. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And then I have an application that they fill out to say, yes, I want it. Be honest to yourself. If you never saw that before, would you know how to write that? Would you know how to prepare something like that? I could prepare something like that for you, even if you never had an event before. I will make you look like you've been doing this for years. Because sometimes you got to make it till you make it. Some people say fake it till you make it. I say make it till you make it. You got to figure it out. But this is how you go after your sponsorships. I'm telling all the secrets right now. People ask me all the time, how do you get sponsors? How are you so successful? That's the secret right there. Amazing packaging and then knowing who to get in front of. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. All right. So now we're going to talk to you about what's next. After you finish this, how do you get started? You got a few options. Number one, next. Do you need to register your business? Do you need to register your business? I don't personally do that, but I point you in the right direction. You know, Ms. Walker, I heard you mention earlier that this process is very expensive. How much do you think you need to register your 501c3? What have you heard? What have you heard? How much is it going to cost?
Between $3,000 to $4,000 just to register.
Okay, very good. I'm so happy that you joined this webinar because if for nothing else, you're going to get the information you need. It does not cost $3,000 or $4,000. Let me tell you, this is why I feel happy that my team is here. Team, I love y'all. I hope you love me back because we're different. People are out there charging these extraordinary numbers when it don't cost that much. hearing 3,000 or 4,000 can make you delay the process over and over again. Ms. Walker, I want you to hear from me that the person I can send you to is going to do it for under $1,000. They're going to register your business, have you fill out the paperwork, have you mail it into the state, and walk you through the whole process within 3 to 6 weeks for under $1,000. We don't want you to sit on your dream for too long or lose out on financial grant opportunities because someone told you $3,000 or $4,000. We want you open and operational officially so that the work that you're doing now can be properly recorded so that you can go after the new funding to assist you in growing with your dreams. So I'm sharing with both of you guys. LLC under 800, 501c3 under 1,000. That's option one of how you can reach out to our team to get you going. And guess what? With option one, there's payment plans. There's $500 deposit, $250 midway, $250 when it's done. So even with the 1,000, we can break it down so you can go ahead and get progress going. This is the thing about business that I really get frustrated with. I don't want anybody sitting on their dream or idea for too long. I want you to find a way to schedule the payments and get it done so we can move to the next step, because growing business is like growing a baby. You have to go week to week, step to step, and provide the baby with the nutrients it needs to properly grow. And I want to be able to be by your side to help push you if you need on how to make that happen. Next slide. That's option one. Next slide. Option two. Your branding is everything. And I'm so happy that we have people who understand that. First thing Ms. Annabelle said, what Avenel said was website. These potential funders are going to go and check your website. Trust me. They're going to check your social media. Trust me. And not only does it need to look good, but it needs to be consistent and it needs to have the proper wording. Our team makes sure that you look amazing. Logo. I've seen logos for $1,500. Letterhead, brochure. I've seen websites for $2,000. We have a package right now to give you all the things listed for $800. Ty, if you tell them $800, they're going to think that's low quality. No, I'm giving you high quality, really, really super efficient. Why? Because I want to see you succeed. So I don't want money to be the excuse to why it didn't get done. So let's chop down the $2,000 and make it $800. It's very much worth $2,000, but I am in the mode of giving back. And the best way I can give back, I'm not going to give you the money. I'm going to give you the discount. We have an $800 package. And guess what? You should vet us. You should say, can I see samples of your work? Can I compare your pricing to other people? You should vet us. Ask us all the questions you want to ask us. My guarantee, we're the best at it, where we have great samples of our work, and we have plenty of prior clients who can testify that we did an amazing job with their work. That's option two, our branding package. Option number three. Again, I'm excited because Ms. Walker said it probably costs like $5,000, $10,000 a month to have a grant writing team. No, 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 no. $500 for the first month and $300 a month after that. $500 for the first month and $300 for the months after that. That's our maximum cost. Maximum. You don't have to pick that package. We have a package right now where it's $300 for the first month, and you can go as low as $100 a month. $100 equals one submission. You know why? Because Fahmy, our researcher, he already did all the research. It's already done. Miss Allison, our content writer, she already has the framework already written. Our team has already done most of the work. Our bookkeeper, she's already done the fiscal budgets. So we don't have much work to do. This is why we're able to charge a lot less than other companies, because we took the time to invest in our company and do the framework already for you. So all we got to do is plug you right into the framework for a lot less than other people's prices. If you want to know if we're successful, take a look, go do your research, look at my organization, look at my companies, and you'll see already, we already done this properly. So for as low as $300 for your first month and as low as $100 a month, you can have a grant writing team working for you right away. Last slide, please. Of course, we have to give you a call to action. March 7th is our personal deadline for when these packages exist. If you're not ready, you can start at option 1 and just apply for your stuff. My whole goal is to give you options and let you decide where do you want to fit. If you feel like we sound knowledgeable, if you feel like we sound like we've done this before, and you think we're a good team for you to fit into your business plan, that's when you call us. You know, there's a story about taking the entire wealth of the world and distributing out to everybody. The top 10 people would get it all back and be at the top 10. There's another story. If I put you in a room with 10 millionaires, is it a guarantee you'll leave that room and become a millionaire? The moral to both stories is that knowledge and knowing how is not enough. Knowing how to do this stuff don't mean nothing. Knowing what team to hire don't mean nothing. Coming to us and listening to the webinar doesn't mean anything. Doing, action, click and go, making the investment, taking the time to learn and research. Those are the things that doers do. Movers and shakers have to move and shake to have that title. And your dream is not for nighttime sleeping only. Your idea was planted in you to manifest. And I'm just trying to be a part of that manifestation process. You call us, you text us, you contact us, and you say, where do I sign up? What's next step? And let us help guide you to make sure that week to week, you watch your baby crawl, walk, and run. Next slide, please. This is your time to ask some questions about what you heard or what you didn't hear. I can go back and explain and slow down a little bit in any of the areas that we talked about. This is your time for questions and answers. Please use it and tell me what you want to hear more about. Okay. One more time.
One question.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
You said with the 501(c)(3), that they give you the paperwork. They walk because I know most of the time, sometimes they give you the paperwork to fill out, and then you have no idea what you're doing. Yeah.
So when I did mine, the same person I'm going to send to you, all I had to do was sign the bottom.
Okay.
She, because truthfully, Google and YouTube is everything, and I'm a very honest guy. I'm not here to take your money. If you felt like you were like a paperwork person, you could follow the steps online. Mm-hmm. But I'm not that person. I like to let the expert do what they're doing. I'd rather pay for it, because even though I've read many times, step 1, request the document. Step 2, fill it out using this YouTube click. Step 3, mail it to the State Department. I've read those steps before, but I'd rather pay the money if I can afford it. And I remember spending maybe $850 on the entire process, and got my kit in the mail, got my EIN number, I got everything. So I'm sharing with you that the person I'm going to send to you, they're going to get it done for you with you just signing the bottom. You're going to answer a couple of questions. You're going to pick your board members, 3 names that got to go in the document. You're going to tell them your missions and your vision statement and what you think. They're going to help you write that out. They're going to submit all the documents to you, send it to you. You're going to sign the bottom, send it back to them. They're gonna mail it off, tell you it's gone. When they come back, they're gonna say, congratulations, you're in business. They're gonna file for the second part of the paperwork. Congratulations, you're done. That's it. Take that information, open up a bank account, build a board. We'll discuss the other steps later. Build a board, stay in compliance, hire a bookkeeper, make sure you stay in compliance because you can't kill the money. You got to do it properly. Apply for grants. You get the point. We go through the next steps after that. All of the steps to stay in compliance happen after that. But yes, for under $1,000 in a payment plan, you're going to be able to go from step 1 to completion. Thank you for that question. Anything else? Next slide. So I personally thank you. I pray that I did my job. My job was to sound informative and energetic. My job was to sound passionate about helping people. And my job was to make sure you leave hearing something or learning something a little bit different than what you knew prior. So if I did my job, all I ask of you is at the minimum, just give me a survey. I'm gonna send you a survey. Please fill it out for me at the minimum. That's all I ask in return. I purposely do this webinar for free because if nothing else, you have a new connection. Miss Kenya knows me for years. I remember doing a workshop for kids in a park. How many years ago is this, Miss Kenya?
Bree was like 5.
She's 5 and she's 12 now? 13, 12?
13.
She's 13. 8 years ago, I remember doing a workshop in the park. And Miss Kenya and her daughter was there. And her daughter participated with us for a little while. And I was like, she is a natural. She's a natural. She was just so bubbly, excited, energetic at 5. 8 years later, Miss Kenya is on the webinar because of the staying connected. So no matter what, if nothing else, stay connected. I miss Bree. I remember her so well. I remember telling Miss Kenya, I don't care if you don't have the finances, send her. I don't care if you got it, great. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. I remember all those things. So even though I haven't seen you in a while, I haven't seen her in a while, I'm very appreciative in this very moment of God's continued guidance over my life. Because the same spirit that I had then 8 years ago to say, send her, we'll figure out the money later. And she had a great years with us. And then now having a new opportunity to help you plant some seeds into your dream, whatever it is that you have in mind to give back, no matter how small it might be or how large it might be, you stay connected and I'm going to find a way to help. Miss Walker, first, I appreciate the work that you've already done in your community. I love hearing about U.S. and Caribbean connections. I believe so much, honestly, in these countries that are not just for tourism. When I go to places, I don't stay on the tourists. I want to watch. I want to go to the country. I want to meet real people, real situations. My wife and I, when we travel, we don't touch the major chains. We don't touch the major restaurants. We want to go find out where the mom and pop, who's serving food out of their house, and that's how we are. We love our relationships in Barbados and South Africa and in Jamaica, where I've donated equipment, instruments, books, clothes. I've done so much for both. South Africa, I bought an entire daycare, books and tables, and they sent me a picture as a thank you. But what was more touching is on my birthday, they had the kids sing happy birthday. And I had forgotten about them for a while. And they remembered my birthday and sent me a video of the kids in South Africa daycare singing happy birthday. So I say that to say to you how important it is to keep going. Keep dreaming up new ideas, new ways to give back. It's a part of you for some reason. And let's just be thankful to God for planting it into you. And I encourage you that whatever ideas you have, make it official. Get the companies to help you develop those ideas and get the money you need to build those dreams. Any last thoughts before we go?
No.
Very good. I'll be in touch with you guys soon. Thanks again for joining.
No problem.
All right, take care.
Bye.
All right, take care.